hard life, you took it upon yourself to exhibit love to us and to show us that we can make the best of our life yet to be. We are very grateful. There is nothing we can do to show our appreciation. The only thing we can do is to say thank you for your visit will remain evergreen in our minds. And it will surely turn some of us around to get out of crime which has never paid. We thank you. We take a song. Thank you.
It's a historic and very significant visit for me. I swore an oath after I was elected president to be the president of all Ghanaians. And all Ghanaians mean all Ghanaians, no matter where they are or in what circumstances they are. And so the inmates of our prisons are also our citizens, and I'm their president. And that's why it's in order that I came to visit you today. This is the first time I really have come into the prison to see the conditions that exist here. Houses who say today it is Gafili Gadochi Gawuka Ganama. Prisoners are our citizens. And even though one of their rights may have been curtailed, that is the freedom of movement, one of their rights may have been curtailed, it doesn't mean that their rights as human beings and as citizens of our country have been curtailed. And so I've come to see for myself, this is a prison that should house a maximum of 800 people, and it is today housing as many as 3,500 inmates. That is 400% more than it should be accommodating. That is excessive. And we need to take action immediately. Indeed, it is often said that prison exists for all of us, because you don't know what you will do that will end you up here. Indeed, I can say unequivocally that there might be people here who indeed are innocent, but have found themselves here. And so in Tree, when they say, if you see what home it means anybody can end up in this place. And that is why we need to remember that inmates of the prisons also have rights and deserve to live in better conditions than I have come to see today. Last Tuesday, at the invitation of the Prisons Council and the command of the Ghana Prison Service, we launched a project called Project Ifiase. I'm sure you would have heard about it. It is a project that is meant to raise funds both from government sources and from the private sector to improve the conditions of our prisons. I want, as president and as leader of government, to speak on behalf of government and say that with what I've seen, we have an absolute commitment to contribute towards Project Ifiase to improve the conditions of inmates of our prisons. There are many aspects to this. The first one will be to increase the space for accommodation in this prison. And so in that regard, we're thinking, and we're going to allocate the money to build 2 new blocks in Nsawam Prison so that we can move more of the inmates out of the current congestion that you suffer. Aside from that, we will improve the opportunity for prisoners to improve themselves with regards to skills training and with regards to education. I've heard of the very good work that many of you have done in the BEC and the SSC, but you don't have any opportunity to continue. And so we're going to get one of the tertiary institutions to start a distant learning program in prison so that those who pass SSC can continue and get a university degree. We will also improve the welfare of your officers. We cannot improve conditions for inmates without thinking about the officers. Because a well-motivated officer is a good officer to look after inmates. Aside from that, when the Chief Justice spoke, she spoke about what is at your heart, that is the issue of regaining your freedom. And that's why she announced that we're going to build a court here in the prison so that for those of you who want a review of your cases, you can come before the judge and present a petition, and he would look at the circumstances of your incarceration, and if he determines that there are grounds for injustice having taken place, you have the opportunity to regain your freedom. Aside from that, you might have heard that on 1st July, I granted an amnesty to 900 prisoners. Last year, I granted an amnesty to 1,000 prisoners. This year, I've granted an amnesty to 900 prisoners. And I'll have the opportunity to present a certificate of release to one of the prisoners today. But as your representative said, added to this amnesty, we need to look, and I was talking to the Director General, at the possibility of giving remission of sentence for good behavior. And so for those of you who have served a certain part of your sentence and have proven to be reformed and to be of good behavior, we will consider a remission of sentence or an amnesty to allow you to regain your freedom. Let me thank the prison's management for this opportunity and to say that I can't have come without donating a token to you. And so we brought you some items to improve your nutrition. We have 60 bags of rice here, 30 bags of sugar, 50 gallons of oil, and 30 cartons of mackerel. I hope that after my visit, you'll see a visible improvement in the food that is given you because of the items that we have brought here. I feel empathy with you, and I feel empathy with your families. And it is our hope that for those of you who will be released or who will be granted remission, the experience that you have had here will not only be a factor for changing your own conduct, but you will become advocates and ambassadors to educate and make our people aware that they should not be involved in behavior that will end them up in a place like this. You must become ambassadors who go out and prevent our young people from ending up here in prison, because you have come and you have seen and you have experienced for yourself. My understanding is that 400 of you from Nsawam are going home. out of the 900. And so this is the first certificate of release, and I have the pleasure to present it to Prince Fedua Osei.